Bismillah, Assalamualaikum. It has been quite some while since I last do any academic related vlog. So this will be an academic related vlog where I just go through some of the analytics that is related to the subject that I teach, and we will see whether we can learn anything from there. Now, projected here is the quiz marks for the 8 quizzes that we have implemented so far. So we are approaching midterm exam in the near future, and so far we have done 8 quizzes, and for each quizzes the full mark is 20. So you can see here the trend. Basically there's a 8 small bar here, although you cannot see individually perhaps because it's tiny, where it is especially with the number of students. But you can see the general trend for for all the quizzes, someone actually get full mark or almost full marks, meaning that for every single quizzes that I have implemented so far, at least one or some that actually get full mark or almost full mark, so meaning that it is doable. But of course, you can see the downward trend here. Of course, this is sorted from highest to lowest. So there are students, you can see here. Of course, the number of bar is not the same because not everyone submit all the quiz. So yeah, so hence the data captured here is only for those who submitted. So the worrying trend is of course on this side, meaning that some still get much less than 10 for some of the quizzes. Yeah, and some of the quizzes is easier than the other, I guess. So you can see for some of the quizzes, even here it's already down here, while some of the quizzes a lot more students get relatively higher marks. For example, in this quiz, this is quiz number 6. So a lot more have higher marks, and then you have quiz 7, I guess, and so on, and 5, roughly speaking. Now we will take a look at the trend. Another trend. One is I've captured here for all the students what is the highest basically this highest marks that they have obtained in any particular quiz. So from the 8 quizzes that they have done so far, what is the highest marks and what is the fourth highest mark, because I'll take the best 8 marks from every single students, right? So if they can get 8 full mark quiz, their quiz is full mark in terms of the carry mark. So that's how I deal with my class. So you can see here 4 students actually the highest marks is 20, and another 2 is at 19, another 2 is at 18. So meaning that at least one of the quiz they have got, for some full mark or almost full mark. But there are also some worrying trend here when some students, even after 8 quizzes, the highest that they have achieved from that 8 quizzes is, for example, here 6, 8, or even here this is even more worrying. So what is going on? Because if every single quiz consistently they get low marks, and the highest that they can get is like 6 or what is this, 5.5 perhaps, that is a worrying trend. And if you are among this here, please do consult, meaning to identify where you need to strengthen, what is your challenges, etc. So that, yeah, because I think by now after 8 quizzes, you should have at least one of your quiz is above 10. So if everything is consistently lower than 10, and even worse, much lower than 10, that's a worrying trend. And I hope you take whatever necessary steps to rectify this. Now I also plot the fourth highest quiz. I just want to see, because of course the first highest quiz for every student is, and then you can see that generally speaking you will have higher mark and to the lower marks. But because I want to take the best 8 quiz, so if the fourth quiz is still quite high, So generally speaking, I would expect the carry mark to be quite high for the quiz marks. So it is interesting when one student, the fourth highest quiz that they have is 20 marks, meaning that at least they have 4 quizzes so far that, you know, give them 20 marks, full marks. And then here another one that have the fourth highest is 18, meaning that the other 3 will be at least 18 or above, right? So in that case, I assume this kind of student reaching towards the end of the semester, normally their carry mark for the quiz tend to be almost full or full. But the fourth highest here, right? So I think if you see here, the highest marks is okay, but I'm not sure what is the fourth highest. So it drops significantly like that. So this is at a halfway point. Of course, given that I take the best 8 quizzes, so there are chances still to push up, meaning that for the mark distribution within your best quizzes, right? So that's my hope. And yeah, I think that's all for today. This is like a very early analysis or snapshot, considering that we are in our 5th week, I think, out of the 14 weeks. So there's a lot, meaning we have a lot more weeks to go, a lot more quizzes to go, and you have a lot more chances to you know, to raking up all the marks that you need actually. But of course, some of you seems to be already on your way. I think that's it for today. This is just to show, especially for those who are from this region, it is possible to get good marks, and some of your colleague, your fellow students actually have this kind of marks. So it is possible, and find out who they are, discuss with them, ask for their help, etc. So do whatever it takes so that we can learn. And yeah, even in the tutorial sessions, etc., please do ask question. Please, you know, let me help you, basically, because every time in the session no one seems to have any problem and in need of any help, so I assume it's okay then. But from this trend, it seems that some of you do need help, so please reach out for help, inshallah. Wallahu alam. Thank you and all the best.